Let's get it, faithful. You're watching the 49ers Report live here on Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, we appreciate you for making the 49ers Report a part of your day. Today's live show, in which we talk about it all, is sponsored by Mint Mobile. Cell phone plans starting as low as $15 per month on America's largest 5G network. Start saving money today by heading to mintmobile.com/chatsports. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Official show starts in about 10 minutes. Up until that point, it's all about you, the Niner Empire, the Niner Gang, the faithful. Appreciate all of you guys for rocking with us. If you're a real one, I want you to type real one in the comment section. And if you haven't gotten a real one shirt, make sure you do that. By the way, Producer Coop, make sure that that is moved over. You're the man. MintMobile.com/chatsports. As I said, Mint Mobile, today's presenting sponsor, but you can also get those real one shirts. We'll tell you more about that coming up here in just a few moments. But as I said, it's all about you. So get into the comment section. We'll give you some shout outs. John Monopoly, love your channel. I love you because you're watching. Chua Lure is a real one. Ellis10, Jamie Bryant, SS4L, Dick, Alex, Ellis, all real ones in the chat. 56 people watching live, 15 likes. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. More real one roll calls coming in. Kevin Chaplin, Alex, Jesus, Christopher Blankenship, Shane Kirshner, DHA Dukes, Joe Caterly, real one. I have my shirt ordered. Nice, Joe. If you send me a picture of you rocking that real one shirt, we'll get you featured on the show. And that goes for anybody, and we'll tell you about those real one shirts and that merchandise coming up right around the corner. With that, though, I ask you this. We did the real one roll call. Now, let's see where the homies are watching from. Where are you? We're coming to you live from the Chat Sports Studios in Dallas, Texas. You know, I love living here in Dallas, and I get to cover the NFL and the NBA, especially the 49ers. It's been absolutely awesome. I still live in the glory of San Francisco taking down the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round last year. Anytime I'm rocking some Niners gear around these Dallas streets, I get some weird looks, and I'm like, you know what? Hold that L, Dallas, because you always choke in the playoffs. What's good? So where is the faithful watching from? We are in Dallas, Texas. Where are you? Jesus, Florida, DHA, San Diego. I got to get out there, man. I've been there once, but I've heard it's absolutely beautiful. And when I was there, it was beautiful, of course, but didn't get to spend enough time there back in 2014. Ellis10, Fresno, California. Jude H is a real one. Joe Caterly, Wisconsin. West Virginia from Blankenship. Nice. Tampa Bay from Julian. Cali from SS4L. Antioch, California from Timmy Baker. Steve Marshall is in Gettysburg. I grew up in Westchester, so always love my fellow Pennsylvanians. SoCal, Los Angeles from T. Lee. Dave in the Desert, Air Force Base in California. If you're serving, Dave, greatly appreciate that. And all of our service members. America, greatest country to live in, regardless of what people say out there. Florida from Terry Cooper. Valley Center, California from Joel, and San Francisco from John Monopoly. Do have a super chat that just came in from Killa Dynamite. Yo, Killa, you are a killer and you're a real one. Your donation goes a long way in allowing us to do what we do. Use the hashtag 49ers or super chat us for you to get featured on our mailbags, just like what Killa Dynamite did. And if we get the $50 in total in super chats on the show today, then I'm going to shotgun a beer. 2 weeks ago, we got to $100, so I shotgun 2 beers. Just because I'm preparing for that, 2 beers, they're cold, ready to throw them down the hatch. Combined $50, we are doing a shotgun. Would you say, Producer Coop? No, we'll do the cold one, man. Screw it. Although the cold shotguns, they certainly hurt going down. But the point here being, you see it to my right, $50 in super chats, shotgun and a beer with and for the faithful. And then if we double up, get to 100, then I'm going to shotgun another beer. So make sure you get those super chats in. And at the end of the day, all of your support, greatly appreciated. It allows us to do what we do, which is why we are the largest 49ers News and Rumors channel on YouTube with more than 60,000 subs, less than 100 people away. By the way, getting to 61,000 as we are about to reach yet another milestone. How do you think that Trey Lance played against the Green Bay Packers? Another question for the audience. A, B, C, D, or F? Grade how you think that he did in that preseason opener. Anytime you're throwing a 76-yard touchdown pass and you finish the game 3 of 4, you're dazzling. You're having a pretty good performance. In 2 series, he comes through with the 76-yard tutty. I'll take it. A, B, C, D, or F, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. We'll read those responses. But first, another super chat coming in. That means that we're $47 away from another shotgun. Ellis 10 always showing up and showing out. Bang, bang, Niner gang. You already know the deal. Hunter Cop, B. BK from the Bay, B. And if it's Hunter Coop, I apologize. The chat was just kind of flowing fast. DHA Dukes, B. Jamie Bryant, B. T. Lee, A. Ricardo, A. Ellis 10, A. Timmy Baker, B. Shane Kirshner, A-. 2 for the money, A-. Steve Marshall, A. Nicholas Linton, A. Gabriel Martinez, A. Curtis Thompson, B+. Killa Dynamite, B+. Daniel Buck, B. 49ers Red and Gold, B. He did great. I went to the game. They should have played him longer from Dick. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Trey Lance longer because I think we could have seen another deep touchdown pass, but he did all that he had to do in those 2 series to prove that he's on the right track right now. Of course, there are going to be some bumps in the road for Trey. There's no doubt about that, but in the short amount of time that he's played, he's now made 2 starts, and he's played a handful of preseason snaps. You go back to last year in the regular season, deep ball to Debo. Last preseason, deep ball to Trent Sherfield. This preseason, deep ball to Danny Gray. This Niners offense, it's going to be more explosive than what we've seen over the last couple of years. So a lot of A's coming in for Trey, a lot of B's, and if you're just going D or F, you're a flat-out hater. If you're ready to start the show, we are locked and loaded with a really good one on tap for you. Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. 150 people watching live, 47 likes. If you're pumped up, ready to start the show, then smash that thumbs up icon. Here's what we're talking about. Going to go through some updated Niners cut candidates after their first preseason game going into preseason week 2. Remember, only 3 preseason games now with the 17-game regular season schedule. We're going to do a deep dive into Spencer Burford. Who is he? We'll let you know and chop it up there. And then some players to watch and some position battles to watch and monitor going up against the Minnesota Vikings. Also, to round out the show, going to do a mailbag, hashtag 49ers or super chat right now. $3 in super chats already in the chamber. We get the 50 bones. Yeah, we're shotgunning beers with the faithful and for the faithful. So that's just a combination of all the super chats that we can get, and it allows us to push out videos on the daily basis, and it allows us to continue to give you the best Niners coverage on the internet. Killa Dynamite, any updates on Danny Gray? Was expected to miss a couple of days of practice. Now, San Francisco did fly to Minnesota yesterday because they're doing joint practices against the Vikings in the lead-up to Saturday's preseason game. I expect Danny Gray to be out and maybe not go up against another team, but when this preseason game is on tap on Saturday, I want to see him on the field. In fact, he's one of the players that I want to watch on Saturday night. Nicholas Linton, if you don't give at least an A to Trey Lance, then you're built from something else like crap. Yeah, Nicholas, he's got to be an A or a B, in my opinion. Okay, 57 likes. Can we get the 69? Nice. 169 people watching live. How about that? Another $2 super chat that just came in. Let's get to that from Leo DeGennaro. Kevin Chaplin sent in a $2 super chat. So now we're at 7 bones in super chats. We are, what, $43 away. I may have said that earlier, but my math was awful. We'll look at those super chats before we take a look at some of these updated Niners cut candidates. First one coming in from Leo, $2. My guy, here's a virtual pound to you. Thank you for that donation. And then Kevin Chaplin, also with $2. My guy, another fist pound for everybody watching, everybody sending in your donation. So once again, here is the show schedule. Niners cut candidates. We'll get to know Spencer Burford, the right guard rookie out of UTSA, the 4th-round pick who has the inside track at starting along that offensive line. Players to watch against the Minnesota Vikings on Saturday, and then a mailbag. You can still get those super chats in prior to the mailbag, and if we do that, yeah, we're drinking beers with the faithful. So without further ado, let's ride, let's get it, let's get the show underway. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. Hope all of the faithful is having a fantastic week. Another loaded show on tap for you today. Going to take a look at some updated 49ers cut candidates following the Packers preseason game going into week 2 of the preseason. First, though, today's show sponsored by Mint Mobile. Back last weekend, we saw that Trey Lance has that long deep ball. It's absolutely lethal. So too are Mint Mobile cell phone plans, which start as low as $15 per month on America's largest 5G network. Just like Trey Lance can seemingly throw that deep ball from coast to coast, Mint Mobile and their largest 5G network also spans coast to coast so that your cell phone service never dies out. MintMobile.com/chatsports. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video so that you can start saving money today. Updated Niners cut candidates. Let's get to this list. Really excited to really go through all of these players because I believe that they're kind of on the roster bubble. We begin with Trey Sermon, the running back, was RB1 against the Green Bay Packers because Elijah Mitchell did not partake in that game, but didn't do a lot to impress. Had 6 carries, ran for just 11 yards, and my big problem with Trey Sermon, he looks the part. He looks big and physical. And in these offseason workouts, when he's putting in that work and grinding alongside Dalvin Cook, you're thinking that Trey Sermon is on the verge of having a really big 2022 campaign, but he just dances way too often in the backfield and doesn't hit the hole. And we know that in Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme, you have to identify the hole, hit the hole so that you can matriculate down the field and get this offense moving. But Trey Sermon, he's just way too patient in that backfield. That's why Elijah Mitchell had success last year as a rookie. That's why I'm excited about Ty Davis-Price when I watch the film, because they're quick to diagnose where the holes are created by the offensive line. And right now, this is my running back pecking order. And I'm going to be fascinated to see how many backs that Kyle Shanahan has on this 53-man roster. San Francisco cutting down the roster to 85 players this week. Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson, Ty Davis-Price. I think the Trey Sermon is RB4 right now behind those 3 aforementioned players. JaMycal Hasty is RB5. Then Jordan Mason, he's impressing a lot of people. I expect him to get a lot more action in these second and third preseason games, and maybe he'll be able to crack this roster. So the big question is Trey Sermon on the hot seat. I believe somewhat he is. How many backs does Kyle Shanahan want on the initial 53? If it's 5, if it's 6, one guy could be on the outside looking in. As for Sermon and the financial implications, if he were to get cut, dead cap hit charge of a little less than $700,000. And I think that nowadays in the NFL, running backs are easy to find. You don't want to pay a massive price tag to a running back because they're easy to identify and find in the NFL draft. And my team building philosophy, oftentimes you don't want to sign a running back to a second contract for all the reasons that I talked about, especially in this offense. So, faithful, I want to hear from you in the comment section. What should the Niners do with Trey Sermon, and what do you think is going to happen? K for keep, C for cut. Let me know and be the general manager in the comment section right now. Cut candidate number 2, one of the free agent acquisitions for this football team, in Hassan Ridgeway. Been a little bit underwhelming so far in training camp as well as in the preseason, dealing with the quadriceps injury, and for him, not big of a financial hit if he were to be let go, a $1 million dead cap hit charge if the Niners do decide to release him prior to opening day. And we know that the Niners do like to go with that NASCAR package along that defensive line. What does that mean? Last year we saw it with Arden Key, Eric Armstead, traditional edge rushers who then pivot to the interior of this defensive line, play a little bit of defensive tackle, especially on some of those passing downs, to take advantage of advantages that you can get along those trenches to pick apart some of those mismatches so that you can use those edge rushers who are more leaner and a little bit faster to go up against some of the beefier interior offensive linemen. So because of that, you can get away with maybe not having as many defensive tackles on this roster and have more edge rushers on the front. And then that would allow you to really absorb the loss of Hassan Ridgeway if you wanted to move in that direction. Before we continue to get some more Niners cut candidates, real one roll call. If you're a real one and you're subscribed to the 49ers Report, I want to hear from you right now. Type real one in the comment section. We greatly appreciate all of your support as always. And if you haven't subscribed, do so right now. Why should you hit that red sub button? Well, we're less than 100 people away from 61,000 subscribers. We bring you breaking news, analysis, news and rumors, and free daily videos, live shows every week, watch parties, and podcasts where you can call into the show like we'll be doing this week after the Vikings game. YouTube.com/49erstv. And if you are a real one, why not get yourself some Real One merchandise available and on sale right now if you utilize that link at the bottom of your screen, chatsports.com/Real149. Shirts available in red and black, and if you order one, take a picture of you rocking it. We'll get you featured on the 49ers Report, the largest Niners news and rumors channel right here on YouTube. Another obvious cut candidate, this time it's Jimmy Garoppolo. If he's not traded by August 30th, roster cut down day, in which all teams across the NFL have to trim those rosters to 53 players, he'll likely be cut. Why is that? Because if he's on the roster week 1, he's guaranteed his $24.2 million base salary for 2022 and has the play of Brock Purdy in the preseason opener against the Packers, as well as that long ball that we saw from Nate Sudfeld to Ray McLeod. Ray, elite hair, by the way. Has the play of those backup quarterbacks alleviated the concerns about not having a viable backup quarterback for Trey Lance? I think so, because Sudfeld performed well, so too did Brock Purdy, the latter of which really impressed me as a final pick of the 2022 NFL Draft. And of course, when it comes down to Jimmy G, whether or not the Niners can or will trade him, it comes down to the pending Deshaun Watson legal situation. If Watson is suspended longer than the current 6 games that he's currently allotted to, then the Browns trading for Garoppolo makes a lot of sense, because I don't believe that they're going to move forward with Jacoby Brissett. More on Brock Purdy. I was really impressed by how he played. You look at the numbers, and he didn't put up crazy numbers, but helped maneuver that 11-play, 69-yard scoring drive to put the Niners back on top, which ended up being the game-winning drive. And can Purdy force Kyle Shanahan to keep 3 quarterbacks on this 53-man roster? And if that's the case, and it's Lance, Sudfeld, Purdy, by the way, I think does have an opportunity to maybe seize that quarterback 2 position, then Garoppolo's not going to be on this team. As for what Purdy did against Green Bay, the numbers really just solid, 36 yards passing through the air, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, but the quarterback rollout in which he threw the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion on that back corner ball to Keyshawn Johnson, those were well-placed footballs, and he displayed some pretty good athleticism, and I love to see him fired up after that go-ahead score. So what do you think will happen with Jimmy Garoppolo? Predict it for me. This has been one of the big questions of the entire offseason, so I do value your responses down below. C for cut, T for trade, or 49 for he goes back to the 49ers. More cut candidates coming up in just a few moments. First, though, today's sponsor is Mint Mobile. If you go to mintmobile.com/chatsports, you can start saving money today. Unlimited premium wireless plans starting as low as $15 per month. That's right, as low as $15 per month. And what's cool about Mint Mobile, there's a lot of great advantages to this service. Your service will switch seamlessly between 5G and 4G LTE, whichever is strongest. They have these digital eSIM cards, so you don't have to waste your time going to a store. You can get set up all from the comfort of your new home or your own home. You don't have to get a new physical cell phone or a new cell phone number. Unlimited talk and text, and it's living, hanging out, kicking it on America's largest 5G network. And also, it's a cell phone company owned by the famous actor Ryan Reynolds. MintMobile.com/chatsports. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. More cut candidates, and more so, these are cornerbacks who are currently on the hot seat. Ambry Thomas, Deommodore Lenoir, Tariq Castro-Fields, and Kadar Holman. Now, a couple of these players I just want to touch on briefly. Ambry Thomas, I don't think he's going to get cut as a former third-round pick who certainly flashed in the final month of the regular season in 2021 and was a key piece during that Niners playoff run, even though he sat out against the Green Bay Packers because of injury in that divisional round. But because he's a third-round pick and he's flash potential, I don't think he's going to get let go, but certainly he has been underwhelming. So too is Deommodore Lenoir, who was taken in that same draft class out of Oregon, a late-round pick who did have the inside track at maybe securing that nickel role, but As of now, looks to be Samuel Womack after the release of Darqueze Dennard, but Deommodore Lenoir, no question, has to play better. There's some pressure on him against the Minnesota Vikings on Saturday night. Tariq Castro-Fields, another late-round rookie out of Penn State. I like the speed, 4'3" guy, but just haven't been able to see much from him. And Kadar Holman got beaten coverage a couple of times, gashed for some big plays, an NFL journeyman who is not going to crack this roster. There's also this as part of the equation. Remember Jason Verrett, and remember that San Francisco brought him back on a one-year deal, and remember that in 2020, this guy was really good before going down with that torn ACL in Week 1 against the Detroit Lions to kick off the season last year. He will most likely take up a roster spot, but when is the big question here? Will he open the season on PUP because we're not yet to the calendar year mark of when he suffered that torn ACL? I think that is in play, and if he starts the season on PUP, it opens up another roster spot for one of the cornerbacks fighting for one of those roster positions. Kemoko Turay, a free agent acquisition who at the time I was really excited about because a former 3rd or 4th round pick out of Rutgers has flashed while with the Indianapolis Colts, is a really good athlete but doesn't have great bend coming around the edge, and because of that has lacked consistent pressure from that edge roll. San Francisco has one of the deepest defensive lines in the NFL, so the cuts to get down to 53 are going to be very, very difficult to make. Now, I don't envision the Niners cutting him, but he certainly needs to play better, and this is a big preseason game for him to prove that the Niners signing him in free agency was a quality deal for this organization. Last year, 13 games played, 5.5 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 8 quarterback hits, and 1 forced fumble. That right there, the numbers that you see, pretty good numbers for Kemoko Turay, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the football field during training camp and in the preseason. I will say this, though. With guys like Arden Key and Charles Omenihu, we've seen them get off to slow starts because this defensive scheme sometimes is hard to master. And while Chris Kocurek is the best defensive line coach in the league, and he's done wonders in developing defensive linemen throughout his tenure in the Bay Area, it does take a little while for these edge rushers and defensive linemen to find their footing and be consistent pass rushers. So I do expect Kemoko Turay to kind of round the corner a little bit, but up to this point, he's opening himself up to maybe get let go, and his roster financial hit would only be about $1 million as well. Before we hop on out of here for this particular segment, thanks to all of you for tuning in. Which player's seat is the hottest? It can be the players that we discussed on today's show or a different player. Either way, drop me a name in the comment section right now. Okay, we'll give you some shout-outs here. Nearly 300 people watching live. Some super chats to catch up on, by the way. $15, so we're getting closer and closer to another beer shotgun. $50 in total. Shout-outs to those of you watching in the comments. Christopher Blankenship, NorCal Collector, Victor. Come on the big screen. Steve Marshall, JW, Mr. McMillans, BK from the Bay, Killa Dynamite, Nick Fury. A lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces as well. For those of you joining the show for the first time, make sure you subscribe. We are less than 100 people away from 61,000 subs. We do audience interaction better than any other YouTube channel out there, and that's why we want to read your super chat. Shane Kirshner, what up, Chase? I'm back finally, Chase. What up, Shane? It's great to see you. Great to hear from you. Thank you so much for your donation. Ed Blevins, $5 super chat. I want to see more Jordan Mason. Hasty is on the bubble. I agree. We talked a little bit about running backs a little bit earlier. Hopefully you were able to see that, Ed. If not, you can scroll back and tune in. But I want to see more from Jordan Mason, too. I want to see a lot from Ty Davis-Price in this preseason game against the Vikings on Saturday. And JaMycal Hasty is on the roster bubble just because he's a veteran and the Niners know what he can do, and his potential is kind of fulfilled up to this point. As for some of the other younger guys, they have untapped potential in the eyes of this coaching staff. So maybe they'll side with taking a Jordan Mason on the 53, who might be a better special teams player and have better long-term potential as compared to a veteran who they know about in-house like JaMycal Hasty. Once again, another reminder, $50 in total in Super Chats, and we will do a beer shotgun. With all those Super Chats that came in, I'm going to crack a beer, though. We're at $15 right now, so $35 away from another beer shotgun here on the channel. That's just what we do, $50 Super Chats, and we shotgun beers. But a little bit of a discounted rate during our weekly show, $50 in total in Super Chats, and I'm going to shotgun a beer. So get those super chats in. All of those donations allow us to push out videos every single day and give you the best, most interactive, smartest, edgiest 49ers content right here on YouTube. Justin Lumker. What up? Been around since the early Thomas Mott. Keep up the great content. Justin, round of applause for you, my guy. Do greatly appreciate that. Nearly 300 people watching live, $15 in super chats. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, by the way. Really excited about this next segment. Who is Spencer Burford? We're about to explore it in depth coming up next here on the channel. Coop, we ready to rock? Cool. Let me get some water and then we'll get to that. Balance the beer with the water. Running races every day this week, so I can't be hungover or anything like that. Yeah, 6 miles every morning, baby. 10K per day for 5 consecutive days. Let's ride. Any runners out there, hit me up at Chase_Senior. Definitely interested in interacting with all of y'all. NorCal Collector, Killa Dynamite, Mario Yoshi, 49er Champ Roblox, Nick Fury, Justin, NorCal Collector, all in the chat right now. For all of you watching, you make what I do an absolute blast. With that, let's get to our next segment. Who is Spencer Burford? Let's dive into it right now. Who is Spencer Burford? That's what we're covering on today's 49ers Report. I'm your host, Chase Senior. Spencer Burford, the 4th-round pick out of UTSA, has the inside track at that starting right guard position along this offensive line. He's been mauling dudes, really turning heads at training camp, and in his preseason debut against the Green Bay Packers, he looked like Trent Williams out there driving opposing defensive linemen into the ground. So we're going to do a deep dive look and analysis as to who Spencer Burford is, little scouting profile, and what his future is going to be with this organization. And it looks like as of now, the Niners found a diamond in the rough in the middle rounds of the 2022 NFL Draft. First, though, I need you to be honest with me in the comment section. Prior to the NFL Draft, did you know who Spencer Burford was? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do not lie, because if you do, I will catch you and I will come after you. All right, let's get it started. So Burford, been getting all of the starting right guard reps throughout training camp, started that game on Saturday against the Green Bay Packers. He was selected 134th overall in the 4th round out of UTSA. And when I watched the tape, he really popped against Green Bay. And if I said that game was on Saturday, it was on Friday. Either way, Burford played really, really well against Green Bay. Now, some of the analytics from PFF indicated that Burford gave up a lot of pressures, but if you go back and watch the grasp that he had on this offense and the aggressiveness in which he played with, all of those reasons to be really excited about this guy. And when you look at the Niners offensive line depth chart, there are some big question marks here. Aaron Banks, a big year for him going into year 2 after being that 2nd-round pick out of Notre Dame a year ago. Jake Brendel has never been a consistent starting center in this league, but because Daniel Brunskill went out, he now has the inside track as well at starting on this offensive line. Burford, I think, is the shoe-in to start at right guard, and then Mike McGlinchey, the starting right tackle, is coming off that torn quad. And he's dealing with a little bit of knee soreness this week. Hopefully those things aren't connected, and it's just part of his rehabilitation process. But more on Burford here. Really good size at 6'4", 300 pounds. Good athlete as well, who really moves well, especially on some of those pull blocks, which are critical for the success of this offense. Very strong at the point of attack with those large hands and powerful hands on some of those punch moves. He's able to separate against opposing defensive linemen, can create a lot of havoc on those pull blocks in space. Going into his NFL career, was inexperienced playing guard in the run game, which of course is something that you have to hone in on with Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme, but it seems as though he's been able to grasp these concepts very, very quickly. Racked up some pancakes against the Packers, as we talked about, and at UTSA, it's not a football powerhouse by any means, even though last year they had a really good season, But all of that experience that he got at the college level has benefited him now, which is why he really is making headway to be the team starting right guard for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. A 4-year starter, 21 games played at left guard at the college ranks, 20 at left tackle, and then 2 at right tackle. So really, he played all along the offensive line, and now he's playing a completely different position at right guard. At 300 pounds, pretty good speed with that 5.19 40-yard dash at his pro day, 25 reps of 225 pounds on the bench press, and did give up 5 pressures on 17 pass coverage snaps against the Packers. But I wasn't necessarily honing in on that. I was honing in on what he was actually doing well, and I thought he did a lot of things well, where he was able to flourish, playing really up until deep into that third quarter. And I also like this guy's mentality. So what the 49ers are doing on their website, basically doing a Hard Knocks type of series, and Burford was interviewed going into his camp dorm room, and he said this: I feel like right now it's either you're going to be barbecue or you're going to be mildew. What I mean by that is you're obviously here for a reason. The biggest part about that is just going out there and putting my best foot forward every time with perfect effort, really going to be survival of the fittest. That's why I say barbecue or mildew. That's the plan going in. So he's either going to cook or he's going to rot. And that mentality for a rookie, I think, is a really important mentality to have, because this guy wasn't promised anything. He went to UTSA. He grew up in Texas. And for UTSA, he was a sought-after recruit, the highest-ranking recruit that they've landed in that program's history. But it's not like he got offers from some of these illustrious college football programs. But he was able to start a bevy of games at the college level, and that prepared him for what we're seeing right now, a rookie who for the long haul can maybe be the next Laken Tomlinson, which is really saying something. So I want you to look into your crystal ball right now and project what's going to happen with the rookie 4th-round pick. Will he start week 1? Give me an S for start or a B for backup. Get those votes into the comment section right now. Preseason game number 2 coming up on Saturday against the Minnesota Vikings. And once again, we'll be going live on Callin for a post-game show. What is Callin? It's a live interactive podcasting app that allows you to actually call into the show to interact with me. You can ask me questions. You can pass along your game analysis from the preseason game. If you have a hot Niners take that you want to relay, you can do that. Talk about trade rumors, news, anything that you want, we can do that on the Callin app. But you have to download the app by heading to chatsports.com/49erscallin. The download links for the iPhone and Android devices available right now in the comments section. I hope to hear from all of you on Callin after the game, and that will be during our watch party, as we'll be going live once again on YouTube and Rumble. Last week, 30,000 viewers able to join us for our Packers watch party. Moving ahead with Spencer Burford. When you earn the praise of Trent Williams, who has been called by his peers in the NFL, by other players, as arguably the most dominant player and best player in the league, right up there with Aaron Donald, then obviously you're doing something well. And early on in the process during the offseason, Burford was able to capture the attention of Trent Williams. Here's what he had to say about the Rook and the young buck. I think Burford's athleticism, moving down to guard, being fleet of foot, being able to get up to the second level, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he takes that leap and is close to being his full potential. And as of right now, it looks as though Burford is tapping into that full potential. And when I evaluate offensive linemen, I really value guys who at the college level are tackle guard hybrids, because that athleticism, especially in this particular scheme for Kyle Shanahan, is really important. If you're not athletic as a guard or tackle, you're not going to have a future in the NFL playing for Kyle Shanahan. You have to get out in space. You have to get out on the move on some of these pull blocks. We see what guys like Trent Williams are able to do. Shoot, against the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round, he was lining up at fullback. He was on a pull block in motion. You have to have that type of athleticism, and that's what Burford has. And that's what a lot of NFL draft evaluators saw in him coming out of UTSA. Dane Brugler, really good scouting evaluator for The Athletic, said this about the 4th-rounder. The San Antonio native was the highest-ranked recruit in school history and started 43 games between left guard, left tackle, and right tackle over the last 4 years. Burford is a good-sized athlete with the nimble incredible quickness to cover up edge speed and active hands to battle through the whistle. Does a nice job with his pass set depth, but is guilty of oversetting and needs to stay on schedule to mask some of his deficiencies, especially in the run game. Overall, though, Burford must continue to bolster his play strength and hone his technique, especially in that run game. But he is an agile-footed blocker with the body twitch and play personality worth developing. He projects as an NFL backup as a rookie, but the skills are there for him to earn a starting tackle job in year 2 or year 3. Now, Brugler, like a lot of other NFL evaluators, had pegged Burford to be a starting tackle in the NFL. The Niners obviously envisioned something else, and they must have seen something early in minicamp as well as OTAs, because they have him slotted at guard, and now instead of being a starting tackle in year 2 or year 3, like Brugler had projected, he's going to be the starting guard in year 1. And for San Francisco, especially during this Kyle Shanahan regime, like Burford in the 4th round, they have done a great job of finding some gems in the mid to later rounds, especially after round 1 in general. You look at the history with what Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and this front office have been able to do. This is a really impressive draft history. Now, a lot of you detractors and haters of Shanahan are going to point to some of the misses, but even Bill Belichick has misses. Shoot, he hasn't been able to draft a good wide receiver over the last 2 decades, but when you're able to hit on some of these guys after the 1st round, and in the 1st round, by the way, you take chances on some of these prospects, but when you hit on some of these players after the 1st round, mid to later rounds, this is what allows you to build your football team from a roster construction standpoint, but also financially, because you're not paying a lot of money to these players. So you look at the Niners draft history over the last few years under Kyle Shanahan, look at the quality of players they've been able to select who have been big-time contributors for this team over the last couple of years. Last year, 2021, Talanoa Hufanga in the 5th round. Elijah Mitchell in the 6th round. Year before that, Niners starting slot receiver Jawan Jennings was found in the 7th round out of Tennessee. Deebo Samuel, one of the greatest second-round picks in franchise history. That right there, a steal. Trey Greenlaw is a part of one of the best linebacking cores in the NFL. Niners found him and snatched him up in the 5th round. Fred Warner, a 3rd-round selection out of BYU. He's now an all-pro and having the best training camp of his career, which is really impressive. George Kittle out of Iowa slept on a little bit. Niners got him in the 5th round. And then DJ Jones, who just got $10 million per year as a defensive tackle for the Denver Broncos. 2017, he was drafted in the 6th round. And maybe, just maybe, Spencer Burford is going to be able to add to the recent Niners draft history of players they've been able to find to be immediate and big-time contributors for this football team after the 1st round. That right there is how you build a football team, and that's how you become a sustainable winner in the NFL. So before I hop on out of here for this particular segment, if you're excited about Spencer Burford, let me know and show it in the comment section. Type me down below. And as always, appreciate all of you for tuning into the 49ers Report. Make sure you subscribe right now. Okay, a couple more segments left to get to. Biggest audience on one of our live shows in a little while, 350 people watching live. Stay right here. A mailbag and the latest news and rumors coming up on Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. We're going to answer some of your super chats, but also players to watch and position battles to watch out for on Saturday against the Minnesota Vikings. But start getting your questions in for our upcoming mailbag by using the hashtag 49ers. Better yet, you can super chat us. We are $16 away from me doing another beer bong. We get the $50 in total in super chats, doing a beer shotgun. So we're almost there, $16 away. Niners country, let's ride, like Russell Wilson would say. All right, David V, 63. $10 super chat, my man. I'm going to beer cheers to that. LFG Chase, hashtag 49ers. David, you are the man. Thank you for that. $5 super chat coming in from Jason Kenny. Spencer Burford as a good head coach. Focused, and he's polite. Didn't know him before the draft. Well, now a lot of you, hopefully you know who Spencer Burford is because, man, he's been turning some heads. Jason Kinney, cheers to you. Dave in the Desert, Another $5 donation. Do you think that Kyle should keep Jimmy Ward off the field until week 3 versus Denver? What say you, Chase? Yeah, during our breaking news video yesterday, I had said that. You had the luxury of sitting Jimmy Ward with that hamstring injury the first 2 weeks of the season. The Bears are a bad football team, and this Niners defensive line can eat against a porous and bad Bears offensive line, and plus the Bears don't really have great skill position players. And then week 2, you're going to face Geno Smith or Drew Lock, or, get this, maybe even Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think that you can afford to sit Jimmy Ward the first 2 weeks if you really need to, if that rehabilitation process isn't coming along well. Another reminder before we get to our next mailbag, two more segments left to get to. $50 in Super Chats. It's a beer shotgun with the faithful and for the faithful. We are $16 away, so with one Super Chat, we can get there and start shotgunning a beer. And then next on the show, going to do a mailbag. So if you want to get featured in our mailbag, how do you do it? Hey, you super chat us or use the hashtag 49ers so that producer Coop is able to see all of your questions and pop them up on the screen. So hashtag 49ers, super chat, $16 away from a beer shotgun. Faithful, let's celebrate. Okay, mailbag coming up next, as well as the latest Niners news and rumors. So stay tuned. Stick around, keep it locked here on the channel, and let's get it. Coming up on the 49ers Report, we'll get to the latest on Jimmy Garoppolo and the trade rumors surrounding him, maybe going to the Cleveland Browns or maybe the New York Jets, or maybe not. We'll get to what the experts are saying about Trey Lance after he dazzled with that long ball to Danny Gray in the preseason opener against the Green Bay Packers. Is Samuel Womack now going to be the starting nickel after Darqueze Dennard was released? And then we'll take your questions as part of one of our mailbags. First, though, want to begin with this. The Niners did make a roster move today. Yesterday, we talked about the 4 players that they released in order to trim that roster down to 85 before they parted ways to Minnesota for these joint practices this week against the Vikings. They have made another roster move to get down to the mandatory 85-man limit, letting go of Robert Nkemdiche, the former first-round pick out of Ole Miss, who has been a flat-out bust in his NFL career. He certainly did a couple of nice things throughout training camp to impress a lot of people at 6'4", 296. He's a really good athlete, but has battled injuries and inconsistent play throughout his NFL career. You thought, okay, maybe he can be a backup defensive tackle on this roster, but we know that San Francisco has one of the most loaded defensive lines in the National Football League, and because of that, Nkemdiche is out. He will not have an opportunity to crack this 53-man roster. From Nkemdiche, a former 49er, to Jimmy Garoppolo, who might soon be a former 49er. What's the latest around Garoppolo maybe getting traded to the Cleveland Browns? Bill Barnwell, a really respected NFL analyst for ESPN, was on Mina Kimes' podcast. And yes, they went deep into the analytics, which isn't always my thing. I look at analytics like you got to use them in some instances, but then others, some of the numbers are just ridiculous. But he did say something that I've continued to say and agree with, that it makes total sense for Jimmy Garoppolo to get traded to the Cleveland Browns. And he echoed a lot of the same things that I've said. Maybe Bill Barnwell tunes into the 49ers Report. Here's what he had to say to Mina Kimes when they were talking about Garoppolo. The Browns are the one team in the NFL who have the cap space to absorb Jimmy Garoppolo's contract without any other changes, and it makes total sense. The fit is very logical. The Browns run a very similar offense to what the Niners run with Kyle Shanahan under Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland, and the cap fit makes a lot of sense. The salary is not an issue, and Jimmy Garoppolo has every reason to want to go to the Browns, where it's basically a one-year opportunity to prove yourself before hitting unrestricted free agency. And those are a lot of the same things that I've said about Garoppolo, right? Kevin Stefanski, Kyle Shanahan, they both like to lean on that ground game and go with that power running attack. And like the 49ers, the Cleveland Browns have a good offensive line. They have good skill position players. And because of that, Garoppolo won't be forced to be a quarterback who has to drop back 40, 50 times. If he has to do that, then some of his deficiencies and his weaknesses will become apparent. But if Garoppolo is on a really good team, and the Browns have a much better offensive line, by the way, as compared to the Niners, I'm just more so talking about the Browns and Niners having very good teams right now. That's where Garoppolo fits best. And as for Deshaun Watson and his suspension, nobody knows what's going to happen. And it all comes down to how long Watson is suspended. If it's longer than 6 games, which was appointed originally by Judge Sue Robinson, then I do think that Cleveland will have those conversations and maybe make a trade for Garoppolo, because you can't tell me and you can't convince me that they are comfortable with a really good roster that is primed to go to the playoffs, that they're going to move forward with Jacoby Brissett. So nobody knows what happens with Deshaun Watson when that decision comes down. Maybe that paves the way for Garoppolo to get sent to the Cleveland Browns. As for Garoppolo to New York to play for the Jets, looks as though that is not going to happen. We talked about this last weekend after the Packers game, because Zach Wilson went down with what originally looked like a very serious injury, underwent surgery today in California with the same doctor who performed the surgery for the ACL on Nick Bosa and a couple of other players. But the surgery went well for Zach Wilson, expected to be back at some point in the first month. And the Jets, it looks as though they're going to move forward with Joe Flacco and not make a trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I think a lot of that comes down to the price tag, because Garoppolo's base salary, $24+ million, but Rappaport pretty much confirming that the Jets no longer suitors for Jimmy G. With Jimmy Garoppolo available from the Niners, the Jets don't appear intent on making a move. They have confidence in Joe Flacco in the likely scenario where he starts until Zach Wilson is 100% ready. Now, I don't think that the Jets think that Joe Flacco is a better quarterback than Jimmy G. He's just a lot cheaper as compared to Jimmy Garoppolo. We're about to talk about Trey Lance, and then we'll answer some of your questions. First, though, if you want San Francisco to trade Garoppolo, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you don't want the Niners to trade him, I want you to comment why in the comment section right now. Quick tidbits on Trey Lance before we start answering your questions. The Trey Lance hype train, it continues to move forward with full steam. ESPN's Louis Riddick, who I think does a great job as an NFL analyst, said that Trey Lance has the ability to, quote, take this league by storm. Here's exactly what Riddick had to say about Lance. It's hard for me to stay composed about this young man. He represents the best of both worlds in terms of a guy who can create with his legs and pick up first downs, be that design quarterback runner, or a guy who can launch the ball downfield and threaten every blade of grass on the field. He continued by saying that defensive coordinators are scared of quarterbacks like this who offer that dual threat, and the fact that Lance can complete any throw on the football field and has that deep throwing ability. And I think it's time for people to get pumped up about Lance. There are going to be struggles. There are going to be moments that are ugly. But in the blink of an eye, Trey Lance can turn that around and make this offense really, really explosive. And Lance has tantalizing ability and enormous potential. It's easy to see. And let's just take a look and remember what Lance has been able to do in a very small sample size. Last preseason, long ball to Trent Sherfield. Last year against the Texans, second to last week of the season, long ball to Deebo Samuel. First preseason game against the Packers this year, another deep throw to Danny Gray, 76 yards to the crib. The deep playability for Lance, it is there, and it can make this offense just go off with some fireworks. And I've been doing a lot of prep in the lead up to this upcoming season, and I think that this is a really interesting stat that points to the Niners offense maybe being more explosive this year with Trey Lance, but maybe less efficient without Jimmy Garoppolo. I tweeted this out. Be sure to give me a follow at Chase_Senior, by the way. But in the last 5 years, Jimmy G is first in the NFL among all quarterbacks in yards per attempt at 8.4. But this is fascinating. He is 42 out of 43 quarterbacks in air yards. So that goes to show you he doesn't throw the ball downfield like Trey Lance is able to do. There's also this. Last year, with this Niners offense, 6.8 yards after the catch per completion. With Trey Lance, it was 7.0, and the league average just north of 5. So that right there, very, very indicative of what this Niners offense could become in 2022 with Trey Lance leading the charge. Samuel Womack, the rising rookie. Is he going to be the starting nickel coming off that 2-interception performance against the Green Bay Packers? I think so. When the Niners had to trim that roster down to 85 players, they let go of Darqueze Dennard, who was first on their depth chart at that nickel role. But because they let him go, which was a surprise cut, that paves the way for Womack to start as a rookie. And the number that I continue to talk about with Womack at Toledo, and a big reason why, if you go back on the channel, I said that the Niners selected a stud nickel cornerback at the time, 53 career games at Toledo, 45 pass breakups. Not only did he get a bevy of experience at the college level, he is so active at making plays on the football. That's why I love the selection of Samuel Womack, and that's what the coaching staff is seeing, and that's why right now he is the number one corner at that nickel position on this roster. After the preseason game against the Minnesota Vikings, I want all of you to join us for another live podcast on Callin. It's like Twitter Spaces, but even better. Download the app today by heading to chatsports.com/49ersCallin. We'll, of course, be doing a watch party against the Vikings, and then we'll continue to stay live for a post-game show in which we'll go on Callin, where you can call into the show, chatsports.com/49ersCallin. When you download the app, make sure you subscribe. With that, let's start answering some of your questions to round out this segment. Chua Lore, should the Niners be considered Trey Lance for MVP? So you're asking if Trey Lance could be the MVP this upcoming year. So, Chua, we got done talking about what Louis Riddick said about Trey Lance. He thinks that Lance is one of his dark horse MVP candidates. Now, a lot of things have to go right. But if Debo has another big year, Brandon Ayuk breaks out, and George Kittle has a 1,000-yard season, and Ray McLeod, Jawan Jennings, Danny Gray, they end up performing well, and this ground game gets going, and San Francisco wins a bunch of games, then yeah, Trey Lance, if he puts up big numbers, can be a dark horse MVP candidate. I don't expect that to happen, though. 49er champ Roblox, who will take the wide receiver 3 role behind Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. It's actually a pretty stealth competition right now. Going into camp, it was Jawan Jennings' job to lose, but he struggled in camp. He's dropped passes seemingly every single day, and because of that, Ray McLeod is on his heels. We saw him catch that 39-yard dime from Nate Sudfeld after he just made the defender fall over like an Allen Iverson crossover back in the day, and Danny Gray had that 76-yard touchdown. So while Jawan Jennings gives you a bigger body in that slot at 6'3", and last year was great on 3rd and 4th downs, Ray McLeod and Danny Gray give the Niners more explosion. So it kind of depends on what this coaching staff wants, and maybe it comes down to the particular scenario during the game. Shane Kirshner, back watching the 49ers Report. Thank you for your super chat a little bit earlier, my guy. With Daniel Brunskill getting injured, what do you think will happen with Donovan West? Does he become the backup and make the 53-man squad? I'm not sure. Maybe he's a practice squad guy. I think that's where he better slots as a practice squad guy to learn the ropes of the NFL and improve upon his game a little bit, because in training camp he's been a little bit shaky. As for who that backup center is going to be, I really have no idea right now. If Daniel Brunskill is going to be out for a little while, that injury timeline is certainly going to be important. Julian Rost, big supporter of what we do. Trey, second coming of Steve Young, that is my prediction. In terms of a dual-threat quarterback who was a pass-first guy who could also gash you with his legs, that's what Steve Young was, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and that's why he had so much success. And Steve Young, can you imagine what he'd be able to do if he played in the league now at that dual-threat spot? I mean, my goodness, he would be able to be just a big play threat week in and week out. But if Trey can have that dual-threat ability, then I'm not going to say he's going to be Steve Young, but just think about the threat that poses toward opposing defenses. What I love about Trey, and honestly my favorite play for him against the Packers last week, it wasn't the 76-yard bomb to Danny Gray. Love the accuracy, no wobble on the throw, sensed the pressure, got rid of it quickly. He also knew that Gray was going to go up against the safety, so he knew that he had the mismatch there, was able to take advantage of it. My favorite play instead of that, though, was that 2nd and 8. When Lance dropped back, pocket collapsed, he climbed the pocket, looked to throw, saw that everybody was covered, and then decided to run for a little nice gain there. So that pocket awareness for Trey and the fact that he wants to pass before he runs is something that I think is important for his longevity for this football team. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for the latest Niners news and rumors, and so that you can get featured on some of our mailbags. Hit that red sub button down below or head to youtube.com/49erstv. Less than 100 people away from 61,000 subs. We're going to continue to grow right here on the 49ers Report. Grade Trey Lance's performance against the Green Bay Packers. If you're submitting anything less than an A or a B, I just firmly disagree. But I want to hear from you in the comment section right now. Okay, we'll give you some shout-outs. $16 away from $50 in Super Chats. One segment left to go. And if we get the $50, I'm shotgunning a beer right here on the 49ers Report. I have it right here. The keys are in my pocket. I want to celebrate with the faithful, so the Niner gang. Let's go. $16 away from $50 in Super Chats. We've had a lot of Super Chats come through already on today's program, but let's continue to make it happen, and let's party here on a Tuesday. Ran 6 miles earlier today. I'm ready to take down a beer. Need to load up on some carbs. As for what we're getting to next, players to watch out for against the Vikings on Saturday night, and some positional battles that we also want to watch out for on Saturday night. That's what's coming up here as part of our Niners-Vikings preview. Get those Super Chats in. Keep that comment section popping. 350 people watching live. That means that the excitement is certainly here. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Can we get to 200 likes? I'm going to test you there once again. $50 in Super Chats. Beer shotgun time with the faithful. We're almost there. $16 away. Who's going to be a real one? And send in a super. By the way, let's plug those real one shirts real quick if we can, Coop. If you're a real one, meaning you're a big supporter of the Niners and you're subscribed to the channel and you consistently watch our content, we have merchandise available. We started this real one movement by just asking people to type real one in the comment section if they were subscribed. So many people did it, and it became such a large movement that I hit up the bosses and I said, you know what? I think we have to do some 49ers Real One shirts, and that's what we're doing. Available in red and black. If you want to get one, chatsports.com/Real149. We sold a few already, and if we get some more purchases, and if you buy a Real One shirt, then we'll get you featured on the show if you take a picture and send it to me at Chase_Senior. So that's another way for you to get involved. Timothy Smith, what's good, Chase? In here repping Cali and riding with Lance for the chase to the Super Bowl. Timothy Smith, let's go. For those Super Chats that came in, I got to give y'all a beer chug because I forgot to earlier. Isai is a real one, especially because he's also been tuned into some of our live podcasts on Callin. Hanif Razak also tuned into our live podcasts on Callin, typing real one. No podcast tonight because we're doing an extra and a longer YouTube show. We will be doing a post-game show on Callin after Saturday's game against the Vikings. So, okay, $50 in Super Chats, shotgun and a beer, $16 away. By the time we end this segment, hopefully we get there, and then we'll party to round out the show. Until then, let's do this Vikings preview right now. Preseason week number 2 gets underway on Saturday night for San Francisco as they hit the road against the Minnesota Vikings. This game going to take place on Saturday night. We'll be doing a watch party for it right here on the 49ers Report, and that'll be the culmination of these two teams doing joint practices all throughout this week. So we'll get a good look at some of the backups for San Francisco because a lot of the starters will not play in this game because they'll be going up against the Vikings all throughout practice this week as they left for Minnesota on Monday night. Speaking of the Vikings, we do have a Vikings channel here at Chat Sports, and we want to continue to dominate them in terms of subscribers. It's a newer channel, yes, as compared to the Niners Report, but we want to take down the Vikings on the football field on Saturday and here at Chat Sports. So if you want to stay in the know with all things Niners, make sure you hit that red sub button down below, and let's give it to that sorry franchise in Minnesota. Some players to watch for on Saturday night, and guys who I'm excited to see against the Vikings, and then we'll get to some key positional battles. Want to start off here with Brock Purdy. Now, you look at the numbers with what he put up against the Packers, and you're like, Brock Purdy didn't really do much, only threw for 36 yards and 1 touchdown, but it's what Brock Purdy did in that game that really impressed me. I saw some nice movement in the pocket, especially on that touchdown. When the pocket broke down, he bought some time and then went to the right and fired that ball to Tanner Hudson. And then the 2-point conversion to former Niner Keyshawn Johnson, who was just released earlier this week, was really impressive too. With the throw to Tanner Hudson, making that throw with how quickly he was moving to his right, I thought was a really impressive toss. And then on that back corner ball for the 2-point conversion, you got to put that ball in a particular area. High for the big-bodied wide receiver to go up and get it, and that's what Brock Purdy was able to do, leading the charge on an 11-play, 69-yard scoring drive, which ended up being the game-winning touchdown for San Francisco. Brock was slinging the rock. Let's see if he's able to do that once again against Minnesota. Now, I did think this was somewhat interesting because during our post-game show, a lot of people were talking about Brock Purdy maybe unseating Nate Sudfeld as the team's backup quarterback behind Trey Lance. Who do you think should be QB2? Let me know right now. NS for Nate Sudfeld, BP for Brock Purdy, both expected to get a lot of action on Saturday night. Another player to watch out for, it's Danny Gray. Now, he's been dealing with an injury all throughout this week, little hip and back soreness, and not sure if he's going to be able to practice a lot against the Vikings, and maybe his playing time is going to be jeopardized going up against a Vikings team that does have a physical and improved defense. But if Gray is able to play, I'm looking forward to him building on the momentum of what we saw against the Green Bay Packers. He was targeted twice, or he was targeted a couple of times, 4 to be exact, caught 2 balls, including the big splash play, that 76-yard score, where he was able to beat the defense. He blew by the safety. Trey Lance put it right on him with a dime of a football as he dropped it in the bucket. Danny Gray tiptoed the sideline, and then you saw that breakaway speed. Ended the day with 2 catches for 99 yards on those 4 targets and that touchdown. Can he at least somewhat replicate what he did against the Packers? And if not, I'm looking for continued growth. And I want to see consistency from Danny Gray. It's great what you did in your first professional football game at the preseason level. Can you back it up, though, and do it again? And can you continue to display that 4.3 speed that wowed the Niners during the NFL Scouting Combine? Really looking forward to watching Danny Gray. And I think as of right now, this wide receiver 3 battle is to be determined. Jawan Jennings, going into camp, was the ideal guy to take that role, and I kind of like his size, 6'2", 6'3", operating out of the slot. Last year on the money downs, 3rd and 4th down, he was exceptional, but he's had a bad training camp. So that's opened up the door for Danny Gray, 76-yard score against the Packers. Ray McLeod, 39-yard score from Nate Sudfeld to maybe claim that spot. Who do you think wins it, though? Jawan Jennings, Danny Gray, or Ray McLeod? Get those votes in and let me know. Another player who kind of has some pressure on him, it's Trey Sermon. Got the start against the Packers and really didn't do a lot to impress a lot of people. I think that Sermon's roster spot is not guaranteed, even though he was a 3rd-round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The big problem for Trey Sermon, he looks the part. He does have some size. He is big and physical, but he doesn't play in a physical manner, and he just dances in the backfield and doesn't hit the hole immediately. And that's something that is very, very imperative for running backs in Kyle Shanahan's scheme, and that's why Elijah Mitchell played so well last year. He saw the hole, bang, he hit it. Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, these types of players, they're able to quickly diagnose that hole, and that's how that ground game gets going. And if the Niners want to move on from Trey Sermon, it's not like they take a big financial hit. Dead cap hit charge for Sermon of less than $700,000, and running backs are easy to find. They're plentiful. You can find quality ones in the mid to later rounds, like an Elijah Mitchell. And right now, I think that San Francisco is set. And could you go JaMycal Hasty over Trey Sermon? I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility if JaMycal Hasty outplays him. Now, if you're a real one of the 49ers report, I want you to type real one in the comment section, because the real one roll call has certainly been a real movement. And because it's been so real, we decided to, hey, make it into a t-shirt. Chatsports.com/real149. Shirts available for the faithful, the Niner Gang and the Niner Empire in red and black. And if you buy one of these shirts and you take a picture of you rocking it and you send it to me at Chase_Senior on Twitter and Instagram, those social media links in the description of this video, we'll get you featured on the show. We keep it in the backfield with Ty Davis-Price. Can't wait to watch him too, because if you look at the numbers of what he did against the Packers, they don't blow you away by any means, but TDP, with the physicality, the weight, and the size, the fact that he has that jump cut ability makes me really intrigued by this prospect. Now, 10 carries, 36 yards, average yards per carry at 3.5, long of 10. Won't wow you by any means, right? but he was also playing and running behind a pretty weak offensive line late in the game. I just want to see some of the athleticism. I want to see some of the traits from Ty Davis-Price. I want to see some of the ability that we saw last year at LSU, and that's what TDP was able to prove in certain moments. Look at the film, watch what he was able to do, and you'll see that jump cut ability. At 210, 215 pounds, the fact that he can fake here and then cut it inside or vice versa really is impressive. And I think this guy has the opportunity to earn a lot of carries in year one in this offense, and I'm looking forward to watching him on Saturday night against Minnesota. With that, as we're talking about some of the backs on this team, I want to put you to the test here. By the way, this is our live poll question on YouTube. Who will lead the Niners in rushing yards? On 430 votes, 79% going with Elijah Mitchell. Are you going to stick with that in the comments section or go with somebody else? Let me know right now. Position battles to watch for. There are a couple to keep your eyes peeled out for against the Vikings here on Saturday, because there are some good positional battles that could determine who makes the roster and who doesn't. There are some cornerbacks who are on the hot seat. I think the Niners are going to hold on to Ambry Thomas because he's a third-round pick and flashed ability last year. I think his roster spot is safe, but he certainly needs to play better to get consistent playing time during the regular season. Deommodore Lenoir has certainly been up and down throughout training camp. In preseason last year, displayed some flashes, played a lot in week 1 against the Lions a year ago. Then after that, really didn't see him much after that Eagles game in week 2. Tariq Castro-Fields is a guy at Penn State who I really liked coming out of college because he's got 4.3 speed and really long arms, but just need to flat out see more from him. And then Kadar Holman was beaten coverage a couple of times for some big plays from Jordan Love. I don't think he's going to crack the roster. If he wants any chances of making this roster, he's going to have to play a lot better. So that's a positional battle that I'm looking forward to seeing. Also, the tight ends after George Kittle. This is really just an open platform here. We know that Kittle's going to make the team, but who's going to be tight end 2? Is it going to be Charlie Warner? Is it going to be Ross Dwelley? Those two guys have been with this organization for a bit, so we know what they can bring to the table. But Tyler Kroft, he's not a bad tight end, nor is Tanner Hudson. And I think that they have an opportunity to maybe crack this roster. Now, I do think that San Francisco will have probably 3 tight ends on the initial 53. So the battle for tight end 2 is on and popping. So too is the battle for tight end 3. Lastly, what happens at the other safety spot? Jimmy Ward is going to be out for a little while because of that significant hamstring strain that he suffered last Sunday in practice. So he's going to be out. In his shoes, going to be a combination of guys, I imagine, in Tarvarius Moore, George Odom, kind of going back and forth. But on the other side, for that other safety spot, is it going to be Talanoa Hufanga? And does the injury to Jimmy Ward kind of affect things to a certain degree? That's something also to watch for on Saturday night. Offensive line questions across the board too. Spencer Burford expected to play a lot. Aaron Banks should play a lot. So too should Jalen Moore and players like that. You look at the Niners offensive line depth chart, a lot of these positions up for grabs in terms of that second string. I think the first string offensive line in a pretty good position because Daniel Brunskill's out with that hamstring injury. Jake Brendel, that's his job right now. Aaron Banks in 15 pass rush snaps against the Packers, didn't give up a pressure. Spencer Burford was pancaking cats even though he gave up a couple of pressures. Mike McGlinchey probably not going to play against the Vikings, so a big opportunity for Justin Skule to prove that he can be the backup right tackle after he was beat badly early in that game against the Packers. And then you look at other guys. I mean, you got Zakel, you got Colton McKivitz, Sam Schluter. Big opportunities for those guys to make an impression on this coaching staff. Before we get out of here, get your predictions in for Saturday night's game. Who wins it? Week 2 of the NFL preseason. Is it the Niners? Type SF. Is it the Vikings? MIN. Subscribe to the channel. Let's crush the Vikings on the football field and with subscribers. Okay, so that does it for all of our segments on today's show. But are we going to sign off before we get to $50 in Super Chats? We did have a $2 Super Chat come in from Andrew Lucero. That puts us $13 away from $50 in Super Chats. I would love to shotgun this beer right now. All it takes is 50 combined dollars in donations, in Super Chats. Can we get there before we sign off? Might have to pull out the shot clock. I'm going to give y'all, let's say 2 minutes. 2 minutes to send in Super Chats. We get the 50 bones, and I'll shotgun a beer. If we don't, we'll sign off. And either way, thank all of you so much for tuning in to today's live 49ers report. Extra segment for the people today. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Looking at the comment section right now, Steve Marshall, San Francisco. You love to see it. Can't wait for that. Brought it out a couple of times during the watch party. Daniel Buck going with the Niners. Nick Fury going with Minnesota, but he has a Seahawks profile picture. Fan. Are you a Sea Chickens fan, Nick Fury? What are you doing with that Seahawks picture? Did you lose a bet, my guy? Timothy Smith is here. N going with the Niners. Let's see. Funky Nitro, good to see you again. Ellis 10, 50 seconds in. One more minute to get those Super Chats in. We get any more Super Chats, we'll continue to stay live, and we'll stay live as long as we continue to get Supers. No more Supers, and then we'll sign off. Because we're $13 away from doing a shotty. We get to $50 combined, then we're shotgunning a beer. Ellis 10, San Francisco, Joe Caterly, Niners all day. Nick Fury, I'm a Seahawk fan, deal with it. Hopefully you subscribe to Seahawks today. We do have a Seahawks channel here at Chat Sports. It's hosted by Tyler Jones. Good. Drew from Colin. Andrew. What up, Andrew? I know the name. Julian Rost. 20 seconds to get in a Super Chat. If not, we're signing off on YouTube and Rumble. Yes, good to see you again. I'm glad football season is back from Funky Nitro. Andrew Lucero, $2 Super Chat. So that makes us reset the clock. And that gets us to $11 away from $50 in Super Chats. So I'm going to reset the clock back to the 2-minute shot clock. We'll show the Super Chat from Andrew. And I'm also going to sip another beer here. Ellis 10 with 5. So I reset the shot clock once again. Now it's another 2. And now we are $7 away from $50 in Super Chats. Did we show the one from Andrew? I missed it. I was looking down at my phone. Looking down at the shot clock. Ellis 10 with $5. So now $7 away from $50 in Super Chats. And the shot clock resets. Doing a little bit of a game here. Having fun with the faithful. And I'm going to take another sip of beer with Ellis 10. Shane Kirshner, $2. Reset the shot clock once again. 2 for the money, 5. That gets us to 50. We're shotgunning a beer here on the Niners Report. $10 coming in from Christopher. Let's go. Debo. Whoa. Debo. Whoa. Debo. 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 San Francisco, let's go. Catching up on the Supers. 2 from Shane. 2 for the money with 5. Christopher Garibay with 10. And then Thought Process coming in with the $2 Super Chat as well. That gets us to $62. If we get to 100, then I'm shotgunning 2 beers. Faithful, let's get it. Woohoo! All right. If somebody comes through with the 50, my goodness, I might crumble and melt in my socks. Then producer Coop will take a shot. Thought process. Mullins is the greatest quarterback in Niners history. You know what's crazy? Goes to show you the brilliance of Kyle Shanahan. His first, let's say, 7 to 8 starts, his numbers in certain categories were up there with Patrick Mahomes. No joke. Over the same amount of games to start his career in those first several starts. So thought process for a little while, yeah, he was killing it. Leo DeGennaro, another Super Chat. I'm resetting the shot clock once again. Resetting the shot clock. We'll get to the Leo Super In the meantime, I'm going to get this shoddy ready. Don't worry. Oh, another super chat coming in from Thought Process. Here we go. Leo, 99 cents. My guy, second super chat today from Leo. You're a real G. And then Thought Process with his second super. The Red Ranger is the GOAT, by the way. This is great. Power Rangers are for children. Thought Process. Either way, I loved the Power Rangers growing up. I don't know about y'all.
Didn't Nick Mullins have like 900 yards in his first 2 games or something
dude,
like that?
It was crazy. And then after that, you're like, that's why this guy is a backup. All right, here's the shotgun to get into $50 in supers. We'll go full screen just so that you guys can admire my shotgunning abilities. All right, here we go. The faithful is the best. On the crack, producer Coop going to time it. My stomach's feeling empty, so this might hurt on the way down, but here we go. Hot dog, how are you? I'm doing great, hot dog. Even better after this beer and with everybody still tuned in. Dude, so cold.
5.8 seconds. That's one of your worst.
Usually I do it in less than 3. But the mountains are cold, and the mountains are blue. Woo! All right. So I had to reset the shot clock. No more super chats in 2 minutes, and then we're officially signing off. If we get another super chat, then I have to reset the shot clock. So in the meantime, shout outs to everybody watching. Shane, Nick Fury, the Seahawks fan. How about this? Nick Fury is a Seahawks fan. He's typing boo in the chat. Follow me, everybody. Just type boo. Moose Cow. Hey, nice, Chase. You can even type F Nick if you want. We're just playing around. We appreciate you watching, Nick. Type boo to get Nick Fury out of here. Moose Cow said, let's keep him here all day. Rah-rah, Daily Hustle. He's here. Fame Corona, Debo. Whoa. Debo. Whoa. Another super chat just came in, so I have to reset the shot clock. 2 super chats came in, so we're resetting the shot clock. What do you know? We're $30 away from 100. Then I'll shotgun another beer. Which big baller out there wants to donate to the Niners Report for another shotty? Mike Jack. Hope Tariq Castro plays good and makes the team. I hope so as well. I just talked about him on that preseason preview. Thought Process. Red and gold like the Red Ranger Lego Niners. Red Ranger. Nice little profile picture right there. I didn't catch that the first couple of times. 3rd super chat from Thought Process. That's impressive. What? No, we're good. Thought Process with another one. And then, was there another one that just came in? No? Okay. All right. We're at $69 in super chats. Should we just stay there and sign off? All right. Going to reset the clock one more time with the supers that came in. No more supers, we sign off. More supers, we reset the shot clock, and we continue to chop it up with the faithful. Go 49ers, boo the Rams from Hot Dog. DD Green, Trey Area. Nick Fury, Old Miners. Oh, man, come on. Shane Kirshner, $1. Resetting the shot clock. Shot clock resets. We'll get Shane Kirshner super up there. Now we are $29 away from 100, which means another shotgun. $30 a big super chat. So if somebody doesn't want to spend that, I totally understand it. Shane Kirshner, $1. Where's Noah GQ Pena? Where's Shayla Venata? Last one, had to keep it going. LOL from Shane. No doubt. Fame Corona said White Ranger, Tommy. Faithful, let's go from Moose Cow. Here's a look at the shot clock, by the way. 36 seconds and counting. The GOAT last week. Oh, our guy from New Zealand. He tuned in on Colin. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was flying back to California. If you're watching right now, let us know. He said he was going to the game, yeah. What did you think of the preseason this weekend, hot dog? Yeah, we talked a lot about it on the show today. I'd give Trey Lance an A grade because of the 76-yard accurate touchdown pass, also the pocket movement, pocket mobility. Ellis 10 with another super, resetting the clock. We reset the clock once again. Now we are $28 away from $100, which means another shotgun. Ellis 10, he's always a real one. The Seahawks are not real. It's not a real bird. $30 from Noah! Yeah! Let's go! Noah, by the way, let me show you. I'll send a message out to the crew. Noah GQ Pena is the OG. You rang. LOL, go Niners. Let me show you Noah GQ Pena's 49ers man cave. I was talking to him on IG yesterday, at Chase_senior. See if these pictures load.
You guys got to type real one in the comments for no.
Everybody spam real one from Noah.
He's the realist.
Everybody spam real one for Noah. Thought process with another 2. He's a real one as well. Thanks, Jack. Yep. Here's Noah's Niners man cave, by the way. Check this piece out. Noah GQ Pena with the man cave. Another pick. Looking good. And then this is the last one that he sent. View at the TV, if y'all can see it. Dope man cave for Noah. Everybody type real one from Noah. Let's go. Real one GQ from Shane. What'd you say? Thought process. Sending in money like you're a stripper, Chase. Should I take my shirt off for you? Thought? $100 super, I'll take my shirt off. How about that? $100 super, I'll take my shirt off for thought process. Sending in money like I'm a stripper. Absolutely love it. Noah GQ Pena. Doing another shotty for Noah.
All I know, Chase, is I hear the frauds on the Raiders report over there getting lit. So
the frauds on the Raiders report, they're trying to outduel us in Super Chats now. $100, I will go shirtless. All right, resetting the shot clock again with those new supers. So the shot clock resets. I'm subbed the Seahawks today, by the way, from Nick. Good. Thank you for supporting the company. We love you, Nick. All right. I don't know if you want to time this one, Coop. I don't know, man. Man Cave Mondays from Noah. He's a real OG. Did my super chat not come in from Funky Nitro? I don't think so. We didn't see it, Funky. I'm looking at the viewer activity. I see all of them here. Oh, wait, no. He did send in one. Funky, $2. F Nick, go Niners, congrats. Lance area. There we go, Funky. Appreciate you, bro. Sorry for missing that. A couple of them were coming in there. Funky Nitro, F Nick, go Niners, congrats. Bryant Young, Hall of Fame, absolute legend. And then thought process. Hell no. Noah a goat. He said, hell no, don't take your shirt off. All right, resetting the shot clock once again. Resetting the shot clock once again. And I'm going to shotgun this beer for Noah. On the crack. Noah, I need that shirt, Chase. I like it. This is an Ultra Game. We plugged them as a sponsor last year. Yeah, 5.4, an improvement. See, I have this bubble. I have this bubble in my throat, man. I can't shake it right now. Okay. All right. The reset shot clock is at 40 seconds. No more super chats. After 2 minutes, we'll sign off. You guys are going to get them drunk from Nick. Andrew Lucero, Man Cave Monday. Did I miss something? So occasionally we do Man Cave Mondays. I did this last year when I took over the 49ers report, that if anybody sends me a picture of their man cave, then we'll get them featured on the show. So Coop, show them my Twitter and Instagram. And Andrew, if you have a Niners man cave, Send me your man cave photos. We'll get you featured on the show. At Chase_senior on Twitter or IG. Just send me pictures of your man cave. Andrew, there you go. He just sent in a $2 super chat to ask about it. So, yeah, I was just explaining it to Andrew. And I got to reset the shot clock. Resetting the shot clock here. Oh, thought process. Got to reset the shot clock again. Resetting it again. Andrew, Man Cave Monday, I got a cool crib. Send us it, dude. Send us it. At Chase_senior. Send it in. Send it in, Jerome! What'd you say, Coop?
Thought process. Producer needs a brew. Say less. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Coop's going to go get a beer. He's going to come on and cheers everybody. The reset shot clock, it's at 23 seconds right now. Funky Nitro, I'm 55 now. I've been collecting Niner football cards since I was 16. I have an amazing collection. Send that to me too, man. At Chase_senior. Twitter and Instagram. I'll do my best to get all y'all featured. Chase, remember you said that producer Coop has to take a shot if we got a $100 super chat, not $100 in total, Chua. Now, Coop is about to come on, and he's about to sip a beer. Texas Rangers beer?
That's right.
Producer Trace in the cut? Yeah. Right. You want to do a beer bong for the faithful? $20 in the next 2 minutes, and producer Trace will do a beer bong. $20 in the next 2 minutes. Producer Trace will do a beer bong. This is producer Coop. Yo, matching the hat with the beer. Check out this fresh homie right here. Let's go. Let's go. Chug the beer for the faithful. What a day. Let's go. $20 in the next 2 minutes. Producer Trace is doing a beer bong. Thought process. Send in another super. Once producer Coop gets back in the producer chair, we'll show you that. My goodness. Thought process is coming through clutch. Like Steph Curry. Wet in a 3. Bang! It's good! Wet! Hell yeah, Texas Rangers. I love that hat from Funky. Thought process. We'll show your super chat here. 53 seconds left. Get that $20 soup in for producer Trey's beer bong. You saw him on Friday night against the Packers.
No thought process. Thank you.
Thank you, producer. We want to see it. You just heard from producer Coop. He said, thank you. All right, 50 seconds left. Julian Rost. Davo talking about Mina Kimes. Man, you must be really delayed on the stream. You're going to catch us right now in the present moment, and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? Taz, real one. Thank you, Taz. 30 seconds left. No super chats, and we sign off. We get a super chat. We reset the clock. My boy Marshall has to get in here to do Nick's Live here soon. So we do have to hop out of here soon. But if the supers continue to come in, we continue to keep it moving. 10 seconds left. And then we'll hop on out of here if we don't get any more soups. All right, we'll give it about a... People are watching on delay. We'll give it one more minute, okay?
The shot clock's reset.
One more minute on the shot clock in case any more come in. Because people are watching on delay. It's like tape delay way back in the day. Nick Fury. Seahawks fan for 9 years and counting. Watched them win their first Super Bowl, and I've seen the pain of defeat. Seahawks have had some painful Super Bowl losses, like the Niners. Moose Cow, suck it, you little turd. That's hilarious. Another $2 super chat and another super chat coming in. Thought process in Paris. Let's go. Keep it going. Tuning in just now from Marty. Marty, you missed the entire show, but we're staying live as long as we get soups. By the way, $20 super chat. Trace is doing a beer bong. So we reset the clock to 2 minutes once again.
Shout out the 915 thought process. We love it.
From El Paso, Texas. Nice. How far is that from here, Coop? 10 hours? Seriously. 10 hours in the same state. Holy shit. Is that out toward Lubbock? Or like west and down? Wow, that's crazy. Seriously, 10 hours. That is incredible. Wow. Christian. Hey, Chase, how do you feel about Hufanga? Love him. The smackdown that he put on that RB last week, phenomenal. Love the physicality. Love his smarts. I love the versatility. He can play safety, linebacker, slot corner, blitz. Got to reset the clock. Another super chat that just came in. Ellis 10, got to reset. 9 hours? Wow. That's insane in the same state. Another super chat that came in. He said, how you know about the 915 producer? Call him Coop. Call him Coop. Shot clock resets. Hey, cheers, Faith. I sent you a Monday Man Cave tweet right now. Well, shoot, it's Tuesday. Let's see. Oh, wow. No way. This is your crib, Ellis? No way. Yo, we got to get this featured on the show right now, dude. Here. I got you. I'm going to toss it into the graphic system.
Thought process. I'm from Texas, so of course I know about the 915, bro. Come on now.
Come on now. You saw the Rangers hat. What's good, cuz? All right. Let's show Ellis's man cave photo. This John is dope. Is this going to be square? Be square, right? This type of picture? Horizontal. All right. Ellis, good job tweeting me, by the way, because I can put this right in there. If you DM it to me, I can't see it as well. All right. Ellis 10, check out his man cave, yo. Look at this thing. This is his garage. This is a cut. Ellis 10. So I'm looking at it right now. He's got a nice little bar set up in there. Going out to the garage. He's got, let's see, Jimmy G autograph photo, it looks like. I think George Kittle, I'm seeing a couple Niners helmets. Supporting our military as well. And then let me see this other picture. Oh, the lit up dartboard. I love that. I like that a lot. That's good stuff. Thought process is back. $2 super chat. Reset the clock. We were right at 2 minutes, too. Resetting the shot clock here. Thought process. Most underrated city in Texas. Almost 1 million people. Wow, that's crazy. You know what? So I'm from Pennsylvania originally, thought process. And I moved here a year and a half ago. Best decision of my life, honestly. Absolutely love Texas. Great state. Great job. Great company. Great coworkers. Great bosses. I went to Fort Worth Stockyards. I did not realize it was the 12th largest city in the world. Or in America, excuse me. It's crazy. Chase, check your IG inbox. All right, say less. Now, this is a Man Cave Tuesday now. Let's see. There's Drew. Oh, wow. Drew has a dope crib. Check out this man cave from Drew. That thing is sick. Okay, hold on. More pictures coming. He has all types of jerseys. That one. More pictures coming. He's got the TV tilt setup. Hold on, let me look. I'm just looking at Drew. He's got the American flag on the ceiling as well. My boy Drew always bringing the energy on call-in. Oh, look at this bar as well. Now you get the full setup. And he's watching the 49ers report. That is a smart man. He's a bad, bad man. Drew, awesome crib. All right. Put it up. Thought process with another super chat. I wish I could compile how much money Thought process is sent in. He's sent in $2 each time pretty much. Thought process with another super. Now, he lives in southern Texas, as evidenced by this super chat. So I'm going to reset the shot clock here. I'm not going to read it, but thank you, Thought Process, for the donation. Red Ranger for the win. You should have passed it from Moose Cow. You should have passed up on the super chat. Constitutional Carry, love Texas. Noah GQ knows what's up, man. We got a lot of Niner fans in Texas. Niner gang in Texas. We all got to get together at some point, man. All right, resetting the shot clock, 30 seconds in. No more super chats over the next 2 minutes. We're peeling out of here. Cheers to all those supers, by the way. Moose Cow, that's hilarious. Thought Process again. Nick Fury, a bum, by the way. He's a Seahawks fan in the chat. Now, thank you for the view, at least, Nick Fury, and you're making it, fun in the chat. Tweeted you a good old video, bud, from IFR Dries for Denmark. Hold on. Let me take a look. Yeah. All right, resetting the shot clock again. Let's see here. Looking at my phone. Oh. Here it is. This is IFR Dries here for Denmark. From IFR Dries for Denmark and IFR Dries. Let's ride. That's a true 49ers Report legend right there. Okay, I'm caught up, I think, on everything. IFR Dries from Denmark. It's really early in Denmark. All right, good stuff. What'd you say? Or late. Early or late, depending on how you look at it. 50 seconds into our 2-minute shot clock. Thought Process is the GOAT from Christopher Irving. Everybody type TP in the chat for Thought Process. Type TP. What a clip that is from IFR Dries. Incredible. Okay. Julian Rost is saying check the IG as well. Let me see. Here we go. Julian Rost. He sent in this. That's his setup. Nice little Niners corner. Oh no! Sex bots are here. Remove Spam B and TP. Only Putin didn't find girl with us. That's a comment from the sex bot. I'm going to remove the sex bot. No, not toilet paper, Shane. For trust process. Or thought process. Sorry. I'm a Sixers fan. Trust the process. Trust the process, as Joel Embiid once said. Nice, Julian. I like that Niners corner. Got the towel, autograph football. Couple other Niners garb. Love to see it. Nick Fury typing B. See, he's a Seahawks fan, but he's a good sport. Thought process again. Not toilet paper, you bums. DD Green, another $2 super chat. How many touchdowns for Trey Lance? We'll get those on the screen. I'll answer those questions. Goodness gracious. Chase signed game ball. Oh, that's dope from Julian. That's what you saw on that screen. I had to. Sorry, from Shane. Red and gold till I'm dead and cold from Rickster. Hot dog, bye. See you, hot dog. Thanks for tuning in. I need to get some autographed 49ers gear from Noah. Steve Marshall, Nick Fury can eat a bag of Cowboys. I'll show that in the chat. Nick Fury and thought process going back and forth. Here's DD Green. How many touchdowns for Trey Lance? I'm like in that high 20 range for passing touchdowns. And then I think he rushes for like 8. That was around that number that Jalen Hurts had last year. So let's say around 35 combined touchdowns, passing and rushing, DD Green. Appreciate you much. Hey, Chase, if you come to Cali, I'll buy you a game ticket from Christian. Say less. Now, it's hard to do that because we do these watch parties, and they're such great money-making opportunities for us and a big part of what we do. So it's tough to get to a game. But I would love to get out there. Christian, I'll remember that, man. Come to Cali, I'll buy you a game ticket. We'll drink some brews, have a good time. Get that Cali bud flowing. Let's go. Parrish Smith. Did you see the latest evolution of Microsoft's trash icon? Check the community tab on our YouTube page. Thought process again. How many touchdowns for Sudfeld? I'm asking for Nate Fury. I love the beef going back and forth between thought process and Nate Fury here. On Saturday, let's say he throws for 2. Let's go for 2 for Nate Sudfeld. There you go. It's on the screen. 2 tutties for Nate Sudfeld. IFR juries. Brock Purdy, though, what an absolute mad lad. I love that term. Mad lad. I might have to start using that. Christopher Irving. Oh, yeah, Chase. Cali Bud. Oh, yeah. Cali Bud.
Jeff Wilson going for 4 tutties.
Jeff Wilson going for 4 tutties. I got you on Cali Bud all day, Chase. Burn it down from Easy 9. Fury cheap, send some money from Thought Process. Uh-oh, Thought Process is saying, Nick Fury, send in some supers if you ain't cheap. Now he's calling you out. See, I know a lot of y'all in Cali. You got that fire bud. Unfortunately, in Texas, it's not legal. Texas, you can go to Walmart and get a gun, but weed isn't legal. No, that's for real. You can't bet on sports. But shoot, the gun laws here. Whoever. It's crazy, man. All right, resetting the shot clock. We do have to get out of here soon, though. All right, shot clock. Now Noah, drop some cash, Fury. I love it. I love it. Christopher Irving, LOL. Ellis 10. Chase, come to Cali. We can do a live game party at the Man Cave. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick. $500 in Super Chats right now, and I'll get a flight out to Ellis 10's Man Cave, and we'll do a watch party. That'll cover the flight costs, and then we'll do a watch party from the Man Cave. Easy 9, top tier bud. I got you all day, Chase. I don't doubt you, bro. Sativas all day. You're an indica guy? Sativas, energy boost. Indica, downer. Yeah, I like to keep it moving. I just chat. That's enough for me, Nick Fury. Either way, man, we appreciate you. Thought process. This is for Fury's mama. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. See, hey, everybody send in a heart emoji for Nick, okay? A heart emoji for Nick. He's being a good sport, so I'm going to start it. Just got to find the heart emoji. Everybody spam Nick. He's being a good sport. Spam Nick. Okay, I couldn't find the heart emoji. Spam Nick, 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 Nick. Everybody spam Nick to show him some love. He's being a good sport. See, Raphael, he found the heart emoji. Julian Rost, heart emoji. Ellis 10. Chase, I think my neighbor is a dealer. Supply all day. See, a lot of hearts for Nick. There we go. Nick, Nick, Nick.
Nick, we love you.
We appreciate you, Nick. Easy 9, Asaya, Parrish Smith, Steve Marshall. See, we appreciate you, Nick. We're showing you some love. Somebody talked about your mama, but we're showing you some love. All right, shot clock resets. This is the last time I'm resetting the shot clock here. Last reset on the shotty. We get a big super chat, more than $30 over the next 2 minutes. I'll shotgun a beer, and then producer Trace will beer bong a beer. That's the last call. Last call before we turn the bar lights on, and then we'll hop on out of here. I know. You're at the bar, they turn the lights on, you're having a good time, vibing with the friends, the girls, the boys. It's like, damn. Uh-oh, thought process. He's going after Nick. He's going after Nick. We won't make it too personal. Thought process said, sorry, Chase. If you're in the chat, you saw what thought process said. We won't do that, you know. My mom passed away, so I'm kind of sensitive to the mom jokes. So we love Nick. We love Nick. Christopher Irving, LMFAO. Forgive me from thought. We love you, Nick. We love you. We love you. All right, 1 minute in. Final call, last call. Anything more than $30, $30 or more, shotgun and another beer. If not, that's it for the show. What a show it's been. My goodness. It's been a blast. Extra cut on the show today. And, man, we stayed 45 minutes extra. Thought process. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Back in 2018. So, time alleviates wounds. Shane, thanks, man. You guys don't have to say all that stuff. But Ellis 10. Chase, how long did the bar stay open in Dallas? In Florida, it was until 4 a.m. 2 o'clock, right? 2 o'clock. All right. 10 more seconds. Chase the Mad Lad Sr. from IFR Dries. IFR Dries for Denmark. All right. We'll give it 1 more minute. People are on delay. 1 more minute for Soups to come in, and then we're out of here. I'll give y'all 1 more. Debo. Whoa. Debo. Whoa. Debo. Whoa. I'll chug a beer and do a line for y'all. Thought process. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. DD Green, another super. Do I reset the shot clock? Thanks for the live chat, Chase. It's fun. We'll put that on the screen as well. I don't know, man. We're $11 away from 150. That's a pretty good milestone. Funky Nitro sent you about 3 photos. Hold on. Let me look. On Funky Nitro, on what? IG or Twitter? Let me see. Oh, I see you. Oh, here is Niner cards. Awesome. I think this won't revert, right? So those are some of Funky Nitro's cards. He said he's been collecting cards for a minute. These are like really cool. Card business is blowing up for those of you interested. It's actually a really cool industry right now.
Nick, you are absolutely an honorary 49er, man.
Is Nick back? Yes, we will welcome you. We will welcome you. From the 12s to the Niner gang. So that's Funky Nitro right there, sending in the cards. Damn, some good-looking ones, man. That Navarro Bowman is ice. Frank Gore. Terrell Owens, one of my favorite all-time players. Very cool. $11 away, LS10 from 150. That is right. We get to 150, I'll shotgun another beer. How about that? Third shotgun. Okay? That'll be the final call. That's it. That's it. Nick, what up, bro? You're still here. I'm glad. I'm glad. You can have fun and give heat, but then also take the heat. $11, 150. I'll shotgun a beer. It only takes 1. Thought process, $2. Now we are $9 away. Thought process. We'll look at that. Thought process. We're getting it up. J49, F the C turds. Trey play action, fake all day. Bang. Bang. Niner gang. Touchdown. $2 super chat, thought process. Love you, Nick. Love Wilson more, though. All right. 1 more minute. 1 more minute for $11 in supers. That gets us to 150, and I'll shotgun a beer. Actually, we're $9 away after that thought process one. Okay? 1 more minute. That's it. Then we got to get out of here because we're tight on studio space. So, thought process. Someone help me. $9. Good. Nick and thought process have made up. That's amazing. That's amazing. 25 seconds in. Fame Corona. He wants another Debo chant. Debo. Whoa. Debo. Whoa. Easy 9 with 5. Now we are $4 away from 150 and another shotgun. Easy 9, come to Santa Clara, and the gang will take care of you. I have no doubts. I have no doubts that the gang would take care of me. I got to get out there at some point. And once we do, we're having a party. We are having a party. I'm going to plug that thing all week if I get out there, and we're just going to all get together. Do some California things, if you know what I'm saying. Have some beers. Let's go. There we go. 150. All right, we'll do a shotgun, and then we'll get out of here. Thought process with the 5. There we go. That gets us to 150. Easy 9. Gang shit slime. Let's go. I can't believe 183 people are still watching live. That's hilarious. I know. Wow, this is great. All right, another beer coming in. I'll shotgun that. And then we will hop on out of here because I got to open up the studio. Thank you, Petey. Petey the GOAT, handing in the beer for Debo. Whoa! Debo. Whoa! All right. Last shotty of the night. I don't think I have it in me, man. I don't have the fast one in me. I just got the slow and steady. Slow and steady pace wins the race. My name is Chase. I came in first place. You cross me, I'll spray you with some mace, and I'll put it in your face. And then when we play cards, I'll give you the ace. When I was on the mound, they called me the ace. Chase the ace. And then when I hoop, I top my lace, and I hit that 3-ball. What's up, y'all? In your face. That was good. That was good. Now we're spitting bars. Davo, what up, bro? Grade the freestyle. A, B, C, D, or F. Thought process said rhymes. Go deep. Yeah, where's Draco pimping? Sent you a final little picture on Twitter. Only if you got time, though. I got time, homie. Let me see. Yeah, this is pretty good. Look at this. Mad Lad. We're actually gonna put that on the show. I'm gonna put that in the system there, Coop. The Mad Lad. This is hilarious. Let's see. The IFR Drees photo is in. Pop that up and then I'll shotgun with this. This is incredible. The Mad Lad. All right. Shotgun for the homies. Then we'll hop on out of here. Unless we get a big super. Julian Ross, Chase got flow. He's spitting hot fire. 3 best rappers of all time. Chase, Chase, and Chase. That's hilarious. All right. Shotgun for the faithful. No more super chats, and then we're definitely getting out of here. I know I've said that like 20 times, but whatever. We're partying. $3.2. That one much better. Maybe I just need to drink more, and that makes them easier. Chase a rapper too. Damn, DD Green. Stone Cold style. Grade the shotgun. A, B, C, D, or F. Your multis are fire. All right. Don't quit your day job, Chase. Just kidding from Noah. All right. If you made it this far and you're still watching, I can't believe you're still watching, but we just got the party together virtually. It's like we're back in Corona during the Zoom days and we were having virtual happy hours. Instead, we're on the Niners Report and we're having a little happy hour together. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that red sub button down below, youtube.com/49erstv. We're about to hop on out of here. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Extra long live show. And just want to look at the comments here before we get out of here. You will get us a Super Bowl fast, Chase. Let's go. B-, you spit some from Joe. B+. Thought process is going nuts. A with the burp from Davo. I'm going to bring the heat from Nick Fury. Gabriel, B+. Chase, you will get us a Super Bowl fast. John Monopoly. Let's hope so. Number 6 for this illustrious franchise. Okay, we out of here on the Niners Report. Don't send any more Super Chats in because I won't be able to see them. We're out. We'll see you next time. Keep it locked for the best Niners coverage right here on YouTube. Free daily videos every single day. News, rumors, analysis, and audience interaction.